Well, good morning, everybody, and we are back with the Bishop Car Chronicles. Time for another segment of Renewing the Mind and the Body for a Healthy Living. And while the notifications are going out, I would like to send a birthday shout outs to Mr. Amon Prater, my wonderful friend, another great friend of mine, Mr. BJ Rice, and to my cousin, Carla Wilson. And if today is your birthday, I pray that your day is filled with many blessings, gifts, and love from all around, and that you enjoy as many of the sweet things as you desire. Just don't make yourself sick, all right? It is your day. You've been waiting 364 days for this one day to come around, and now it is here. Go out, celebrate it, live it up. You deserve it. I've also got to send a birthday shout out to Godson number 1. Today is his 10th birthday. He is turning 10 today. I am just amazed and shocked at how much he has grown and how intelligent he is and just how fast he has grown to be 10 years old today. So, hey, Godson number 1, if you're watching this or if your mom shows you this, know that I love you and I wish you a very happy birthday. He took his first trip and flew for the first time in the airplane, and I believe that it was a most wonderful experience. He's such a trooper. He has endured much since being here for 10 years, and he always and continually comes out on top, and so I'm just excited about that. If this is your first time watching one of these broadcasts, I want you to know that they are to encourage you, to empower you, to educate you, to motivate you, to inspire you, and to uplift you, to move toward your destiny, operating in the purpose for which you've been created, using the gifts that are within you. I want to say thank you so very much for those of you that are part of the Back with the Bishop family. It means a great deal to me to have you all be a part. I thank you for your likes and your shares, your red and blue dots, your comments. All of that means a great deal to me. And I thank you, and it says to me that what we're sharing over here is a blessing to you. It edifies you. It ministers to you. And so I want to say thank you so very much for that. Continue to spread the good news about this page, about this ministry. If any broadcast that I have shared or that I have spoken on, if it has blessed you, by all means share it and let your family and your friends know. Hey, connect over here to Lamont Walker Ministries. Get in on all of the good stuff that's going on over here. Wonderful. And so I want to go on and I'm going to drop this word of wisdom today. Today is our Wednesday's Wonderful Words of Wisdom. And the Wednesday Wonderful Words of Wisdom is, do you know what time it is? And more importantly, not only do you know what time it is, do you know what you are supposed to be doing? Good morning, Mostef. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I really appreciate it. Again, do you know what time it is? And do you know what you are supposed to be doing? Now, not just talking about the literal sense of time. Good morning, Janie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Good to see you today. But I'm talking about the time and the season of life, the time and season of your life. The book of Ecclesiastes tells us that to everything, now circle the word everything, to everything, there is a time and a season. And one of the things that blesses me tremendously is when I look over in 1 Chronicles 12:32, it talks about the sons of Issachar, and it says that they were men who understood the times. Not only did they understand the times, but they knew what Israel ought to do. Now, one of the things where you and I must be very cautious and very careful is that we don't allow society and the trends and fads and swiftness of this time affect the time that we are in and affect what we should be doing. Because the fact of the matter is, many of us are in different times of our lives. We are in different times and we're in different seasons. I know physically we are in the season of fall. And what time it is, of course, that we know and understand that as the fall season takes full effect, of course, our temperatures are going to start to change. Our temperatures are going to start to drop. And here in the state of Missouri, it's almost like we go from summer to winter. We really don't get much of a fall season. And so the things that we did in summer, we cannot do in fall because the times require us to change. And so for many of you that are watching this, you're in different times of your life and you don't know what time it is, nor do you know what to do. So I'm going to let that be a Selah moment. That's a Selah moment. You must understand and know what time it is, and you must know what it is that you are supposed to be doing in this time. Let me say that again, because there's an old song that says time is filled with swift transition, which means time is constantly ticking. It's constantly ticking. So the way that we are affected by that is that we always feel like we have to be doing something. We always feel like we have to be productive. We always feel like we have to be going somewhere. We always feel like we got to be working on a project. We always have to constantly be producing. And that is not necessarily the case, because a lot of times you can just be doing a whole bunch of busy work. work. You can be doing a whole bunch of busy things, a whole bunch of busy errands, and you're not producing anything and you're not being effective because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in the right time. So you must know, listen, like, and for example, the time that is allotted for you to do your job, whatever your regular job is or resource of income is, there is a certain time that is allotted to that specific task or those tasks. And so for that time that is allotted, you must fulfill those tasks that are given to you. And then once that time ends, then your doing changes. Oh God, y'all getting some great stuff today. And so once that time ends, then your doing changes. So you can't do the same thing that you did at your resource of income once that time is ended. So let's say you're a banker from 9 to 5. So from 9 to 5, you do the banking transactions. Once that 5:01 time rolls around, you can no longer be a banker. You can no longer be doing banking things. I hope this makes sense to somebody that is listening to me right now. You can't be doing banking things once 5:01 rolls around because the time for being a banker has ended. Oh man, does anybody hear what I'm saying? If this is making sense to anybody, just let me know. Say something in the comment section or put up some red and blue dots. And so it's very important. What I'm encouraging you to do today, the word of wisdom for you today is to learn what time it is in your life and to learn what it is that you should be doing. Because again, to everything, there is a time and a season. And some of the things that I did when I was 14 and 15 years old, I can no longer do that stuff now because that time is ended. And it goes the same for you. We can no longer do those things any longer. Once we mature, we upgrade, we learn more, we do better. And so our doing changes. Again, our doing changes. And so, sometimes we are so caught up in the routine because we are humans. As humans, we become habitual and we don't like to break the habit. We don't like to break the routine because we are in a comfortable cycle. I'm going to say that again, because we're in a comfortable cycle. And so we like to continue doing things that we know how to do, that we have a control on. And so when the time ends and our doing must change, then we don't want to change and we don't want to move with the flow. We don't want to go with the times and we don't want to do what is requiring us, what's required of us to do, because it causes us to have to break the cycle. It causes us to have to become uncomfortable because it is time to do something N-E-W, new. If anybody hears what I'm saying, you can put that in the comment section. The word of the Lord tells us, the prophet prophesied that God is going to do a new thing. And before he does that new thing, the word of the Lord says he prophesies and he tells us of it. So God doesn't even cause us to be caught off guard when it's time to do something new. He gives us a glimpse. He gives us a forecast, if you will. He gives us, some people will call it a prediction or a prophecy, and says, hey, this is where you're getting ready to go. And this is what it's going to require of you. And this is what you must do. And what that means is we must change our behavior. Not only, watch this. Not only must we change our behavior, we must change our thoughts. And how do we change our thoughts? We change our thoughts by inputting new information. That's renewing the mind and the body for healthy living, so that we are doing what we are supposed to be doing in the right time. So the question on the table is, do you know what time it is in your life? And are you doing what that time requires? I'm going to say it again. Do you know what time it is in your life? And are you doing what that time requires? Because some of y'all, listen, you still holding on to an old thing in a new season, and it's requiring you to do something new, and you are not fulfilling the purpose. You're not maximizing the time because you're still holding on to an old thing, and you're still doing an old thing in an old time, and that time has expired. Think about it. When the expiration date comes around on your milk that's in your refrigerator, there's a set time for that milk to be good. Once that expiration date rolls around, you don't continue to drink that milk unless it's been frozen, but you don't continue to drink that milk. Why? Because it's bad. And so, listen, it has gone bad. It's an old thing. And for you as a human to ingest or digest old or spoiled or rotten milk, what is it going to do? It's going to cause you to become sick. And not only will it cause you to become sick, in some cases, it's going to cause you to vomit. And this is where many of you are in your lives. You are sick. You're sick with anger. You're sick with frustration. You're sick with bitterness. You're sick with worry. You're sick with sorrow because you have ingested, you have digested an old thing that has expired. The time is over. It's outdated. And you keep trying to take in something that is old when you're in a new time that's requiring you to do something new. So what do we do as humans? That's new. Once that time has expired on that milk, what do? We go and get new milk. Woo! I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to get happy. So what ends up happening is we get new things. We change the behavior because we realize that that time has passed. So question on the table again. What time is it in your life? And what are you doing? Are you doing what that time requires? Or are you still doing an old thing in an old season? I pray for you today. I pray for you to learn and understand and know what time it is. And I pray that your actions and your behaviors and your thoughts all line up with the current time that's in your life in Jesus' name. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I pray that you've been encouraged, empowered, educated, motivated, inspired, and uplifted to move towards your destiny, operating in the purpose for which you've been created, using the gifts that are within you. I'm signing off by saying, learn what time it is and do what that time requires. Hello, 2019. I'm going up and so are you. And what's to come for you and for me, it's better than what's been. Matt Love.